Yeah, I think what a way to kick off the Challenge Cup away against our rivals. I thought the team put in a performance in a lot of ways that we can be proud of, and in other ways, I think there's definitely areas we need to push on and keep growing. Because yeah, a little bit of frustration from the team. I think they'll regret some of the opportunities they had, but they gritted out a tie, and winning teams get points on the road. So I was really proud of that piece of it.
Thanks for that. We'll go into questions. We'll start with Grant Little first.
Hi, Rhian. Thanks for taking the time and congrats on your official Thorns coaching debut. It looked like in the second half, you made some adjustments defensively and in the midfield to limit the impact of Quinn and Fishlock. I was wondering if you could maybe talk a little about keeping them off the ball and limiting their impact.
Both of them are spectacular players. Quinn was doing a good job of finding pockets that are hard to defend. And so we just kept the team tight. And I think that killed a lot of the space Fishlock was using as well. But definitely an experienced team with experienced players who did a great job finding the areas where we need to improve for next game. So a good start for us. And again, getting the tie, but also knowing there's areas we need to push on and make sure are fixed before our next game.
All right, we'll go to Ryan next.
Irene, congrats on your debut, and I was curious about your thoughts on the environment. Obviously, being able to play in a stadium like this and bring in fans under the lights for a rivalry match. What is that like to witness?
It's such a, obviously I've been in the game a long time and I've seen the game change a lot. So on year 10 of the NWSL, to see games like this played in football stadiums with a crowd like that are fully engaged in the game, it's such a wonderful thing to witness and to have been a part of. I'm proud that I get to stand there with the team on a stadium like that, and all those little boys and girls watching, and these role models Seattle and Portland are for them. It's pretty special.
All right, we'll go to Leo next.
Hi, Rhian. Congrats on the tie tonight. Obviously, one of the players who didn't play a lot last year was Megan Nally, and I thought she really grew into the game tonight. And I guess I'm curious what you think about her performance and kind of what you're looking for from her this season.
Yeah, she's unflappable. I think I was just talking her out on the field, just unfazed. Rain put on fresh legs against her, and she just deals with it. I think I've seen that since the moment I arrived at the team. She's like the first person who welcomes in new faces, including myself, but also the draftees or anyone who comes in to our environment, just a team first type person. And I think that's what you see from her performances is she'll do anything to help her team. And you get that type of player on your team, a couple of those, and you're unbeatable. Just will do anything for the person next to them. It's she was great to watch tonight.
All right, we'll go back to Grant.
Hey, Rhian, I was wondering if you could touch on the three midfielders, two of whom had never started an NWSL match, and how they grew into this game and went up toe-to-toe with, some of the most experienced midfielders in the league on OL Reign.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there were a lot of performances to be very proud of. And the one person who did have some NW experience is their second year in Yasmin Ryan. So a midfield that went up against some of the greats of the game and of the league, and I thought held their own. I think it was quite an even game in a lot of areas. They had dominating periods. We did as well. Obviously, a chance that maybe we should have scored on. But that's what happened in games. We've got to make more of those chances, and that's what our midfielders did. They were living on the ball. They started to play themselves into the game. I was really proud of the way that they wanted to get on the ball. They weren't frightened. They went up against players of Fishlock's quality and were fearless. So that's a wonderful thing to see in my first game and their first game.
All right, we'll take one last question from Ryan.
Irene, playing three defenders in the back, I was curious about what went into that decision and if that's something you guys expect to roll with going forward, given that Becky's sidelined and that you like to move people around in the way that you do.
Yeah, well, we've got a few things we're working on, but definitely when I looked at this team and the qualities we had, it was something that I really wanted to bring in as one of the structures we use as a team. I enjoy how we've been animating it. Like I said, I think defensively there's some areas we've got to put some attention, but when we're living on the ball and you see the team knocking it around and living in some pretty dangerous spaces, it's a structure that I really like for this group of players.